Hello. Okay, so here we are. It's another cold winter day here in Ontario, Canada, and it's time to start working on old projects that I have sitting around in my shop here. And this is one that I acquired a couple of years ago. I got this one along with a couple other old saws. One was, I don't know if you can see in the video, but it's a Pioneer 600 old one. There was this one, and then I think I got a 650 Pioneer as well. That one I've sold is long gone. But this has been one that, oh boy, this is one that I've had around now for a couple of years, and really it's old. It's a Pioneer, or not Pioneer, sorry, Homelite 530N. Belt drive, really early model, but it's in pretty decent condition overall. The shroud right here, is missing a piece, so it's either been sitting on concrete somewhere. So that's actually, I didn't even notice that until just now. That's something probably I can repair. I can put, some metal in there. It's not ideal by any means. I wonder if you can. No, this whole thing, yeah, this whole thing is all one unit. So I mean, it's probably easier and cheaper just to try and repair that than it would be to actually find a new one. Although there is parts out there still. Anyhow, what I really want to do today is when I pulled the spark plug wire out, I wanted to check for spark. I don't think I was getting any spark before. Now, like I said, it's been a couple of years since I kind of dove into this and then stuck it in the pile, so I don't really remember exactly what the deal was. But we're going to try and clean the points and see if we can check for spark. So, ready to remove the flywheel. If you don't know how to do that, go check out one of my videos that I have. I don't know if I've got any uploaded anymore. I used to have a couple on this, but they weren't really very good, so I took them down. I just did a video on Husqvarna 272 XP oil seals, and in that video, I used a flywheel puller. Yeah, so it's the same process if you have a puller. There is other means of getting it off, but a flywheel puller is the best. You can use harmonic pullers and jaw pullers and things like that. But the best thing is actually something that is designed for flywheels, and they usually mount into the holes, and then they put pressure on the crankshaft and they pop them off. Anyhow, what we're doing today is we're going to clean the points. So this old saw here has breaker points, and a lot of times they still work fine. Like there's a condenser on them here, so this is the condenser, and then this is the actual breaker points. And the crankshaft has like a lobe on it, like it's ovaled. It has a high spot, kind of like a cam in a vehicle, 4-stroke, that would operate the valves. So this basically, as the engine's turning, it forces, this little lever for the points to open and close. And I won't get into the total mechanic breakdown of how breaker points work, because I'd be lying to you and I'd probably tell you half wrong. What I do know is how to clean them and how to set the gap on them. So they have to have a particular gap when they open, within, a certain tolerance for them to work properly. And if they get dirt in them, a lot of times, they've been sitting around possibly, with, the points open, and then they get corrosion on them. So what we want to do today is just simply clean the points. We're going to slap the flywheel back on and then check it out and see what we got. So let's go ahead. So for this project, again, you have to have the flywheel off. You have to have the points cover off. I don't even think there was a points cover for this, which is crazy. I guess it's just a flywheel. Is that right? No, it can't be. It is. Wild. So you'll need something to clean the points. Usually it's a bit of corrosion on them, or dirt. I use 600 grit paper, and I just cut a little strip like that. And just a piece of regular, I'm using printer paper. You want something that's a bit rough that'll you drag through the points. So to give you an idea of how these work, if you don't know, the crankshaft turns counterclockwise and opens it. So these open, you know, either as the piston is reaching just before top dead center. So we want to check and make sure that they're actually opening properly. And to do that, I'm going to use a flywheel nut. That is a flywheel nut. There you go. Yep. All right, so we'll turn it. And to check if you're at top dead center, just, you know, put a screwdriver or something, you know, in there just to chase the piston up and down. You don't want to, you know, do any damage to it. All right, that's top dead center. That's where you want to set your points gap. So if you want to see if they're opening properly, put the piston in the top dead center, and then look. And they're not open. Are they opening though? I guess so. I'll just turn it and look. They're not at all. That's interesting. Why is that? Oh, it's way off. So it's not even making contact at all. So let's try and see if we can do a little adjustment here. I don't know why that's not moving. Is it? What is that? Let's put her back to top dead center and see what we got going on. That's top dead center right there. They should be open. They are not. So we'll get our, you know, flat blade screwdriver, and it looks like the adjusting screw is right here on this thing. So they always have a little, you know, adjusting screw on them. There's another one right there though. That's to take the whole points bracket off. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is loosen this. There we go. And it's very strange. It's not making contact with the cam. Why is that? Oh, duh. I know why. Because I think there's actually, yeah, this thing. Yeah, right. This has to go in there. Right. So there's actually, this is the points lobe. Yeah, right. So there's that thing. It's like a little collar that sits down on it. Okay, so bad me. There we go. I forgot about that. That's going to make a huge difference. There we go. Learning on the fly. And these things here have these flywheel keys. There's one here. It's basically like a little channel lock or whatever. Just turn this so I can see where that is. And there it is. That's going to slide back into this little slot. At least I'm hoping it is. I just want this thing to sit where it's supposed to be at. That's what I want. I'm not doing it there. Come on, you. Maybe there's a certain way it goes in. I don't really want it to be hammered in there too hard because I kind of like it to be out as well, to be honest. Or should it's easy to get it back out. All right, so there's that flywheel key back in there. We'll put the points lobe back in. At least that's my intention here. Am I going to be able to? I'll put the washer. Let's do this. It's not big enough. That one. I don't know if that's the washer there. It's not the washer. Okie dokie. More complications. More complications than I was expecting. I don't know if I got a washer big enough to go on here. Yeah, we do. Okay, perfect. There's that. And get the old ball peen out. And my little tool here I use. And that's like, man, I don't know if I really am feeling this or not. That's a little bit harder to get on there than I would care for, to be honest with you. Reevaluate what you're doing here, guy. What are we doing here? Get that loosened up so that I can slide it on. And man, oh man, is this really what I want to be doing? Or was it the other way around? Let me take a look here. I have a points diagram. Give me a second. Make sure I'm putting the right one in there. All right. I'm glad I stopped because there we go. I think it's actually this one that goes in there first, the little tapered one. So, and that's going to make things probably very difficult now that I got that thing kind of wedged in there. Can I get that out? I can. There we go. Get something else. Where's that thingy at? Oh, yeah. This little screwdriver even going under there. Yeah, there we go. Just to pop that out. And then if I'm seeing this right, the tapered one. So it's always nice to have a parts diagram for these old saws. Especially if you take something apart. Yeah. A long time ago. And for Homelites, I'll tell you, the lifesaver is Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. That man has uploaded so many parts diagrams. Yeah, I think this is going to work a lot better for me. Yeah. So the long one goes in first. Or sorry, the tapered one first, and then this guy goes in. You know what? Maybe I don't even need this other one in because it's just kind of... This probably goes in first. I'm guessing. It's not really very... You know, this is not very worker-friendly here. This whole system. What is about these old saws, though, eh? Yeah. Okay, so that does slide on a heck of a lot easier now. We'll get that out of the way because I don't think I need it. This thing here, little washer. Where'd the one go that I was using? That one? Wasn't that one? It was this one. Hey. No, it wasn't that one. What the heck? Okay, I'm a little confused. Okay, so that's driven all the way back down. The points cam is. Must be losing my mind. Where did that friggin' washer go that I was using? Very unusual. Okay, now we should have a much different result here. Now it makes sense. That little sleeve goes in, and now it actually can turn. Again, I gotta try and check for top dead center. And it's kind of a pain in the butt. Maybe I'll put a glove on, make my life a little easier to turn the crankshaft. Yeah, that does. Okay, top dead center. Again, here we go. I can look down there and I can see it here, so I don't even need the screwdriver anymore. There's top dead center. This is where it should be open. Oh, yeah, sweet. It is open. I can see it now. The next thing is to figure out the points gap. And this one is, yeah, the old ones, the newer ones, I say the newer, but like 60s, you know, definitely 70s. And then I think they got rid of these breaker points for Homelite. Some of the other saws got rid of them long before that. But Homelite got rid of them in 79, 80. The first electronic ignition started showing up, from what I've seen in my collections. But yeah, so I was gonna say these old ones like 50s, they're set to 20 thou. 20 thousandths of an inch. You just find your feeler gauge. Like so. 20 thousandths. And you stick it down in here. When the engine is at top dead center. And when you have this little adjuster, that's what actually moves this. You see what I'm seeing here? Let me see if this helps. So, I'm trying to do this way. So, this thing here, that's the adjuster screw. And then as you can see, hope you can see. Can you see? I can't see anything. No, right. Yeah, there we go. Can you see it? I'm really having a hard time lining this up. Opening and closing. So you got to set that gap to whatever it is, 15,000, 20,000, whatever. And then retighten that screw right there. So that's what we're going to do. I hope you can see that. So what we do is kind of, you almost need 2 screwdrivers really to do this properly. So we'll put the feeler gauge in there, and I'll grab another screwdriver to kind of hold it there up against the feeler gauge. Tighten down that screw. That should set the gap. And we'll snug it up again a little bit more. And you want it just to kind of, man, to find the right angle here. Just grab the feeler gauge. It shouldn't be, too hard to get it in or pull it back in. To have it a little bit closer than what they're, specified is not the end of the world. As a matter of fact, that'll, advance your ignition timing a little bit. And, I think that can give you some performance gains, but it can also make the saw hard to start. Like it'll, fire kind of a little bit too soon. So when you're going to start it, bang, it'll pull a damn cord out of your hand real fast. And it's hard to start. But I think they, for whatever reason, I don't really understand engine mechanic functions that well to understand cording and timing and all that sort of thing. I just know how to, get them running again. All right, so we set the points gap, and now we turn the engine so that the points are closed. And now we can clean them. So take your 600 grit paper, fold it in half, and then you need a little screwdriver just to kind of open them. Wouldn't it be cool if I had like a little, way to set this up so that it was like real close? So you can actually see, because I don't know if you can even see anything I'm doing here. That would be ideal. Like a GoPro or something. Okay, so basically that's it. So they're in there like that. In the points. You just pull it out. And you keep doing that, You don't have to go crazy. But you do it a number of times. If I turn it this way, you can see it a little bit better. Probably the same. Out. Open the points. Pull it through. Open the points. Pull it through. And then, here. I'm going to turn it so I can see it. That's important too here in this process. Come on. Just kind of hold it, and then. And you don't want to use anything too abrasive for this because you can probably do more damage than good. You just want to get any corrosion out of there that was there. I'm not seeing a lot of crap. Sometimes you'll see a lot of like white corrosion or white, stuff coming out of there. Where'd my piece of paper go? I just had it a second ago. Oh, there it is. It's under my blocks of wood here that I got the camera mounted up on. And then you just do the same thing with the paper. Open the points. This will help if I can get it in there. Open the points. And now this is just kind of a quick job. I do plan to disassemble this saw, you know, further than this. I just really want to check and make sure that the saw will produce spark. That's a good start. You know, that's a really old, you know, ignition system. A lot of times they still work, shockingly. But sometimes they don't. And it's usually, in my experience, it isn't the coil. The coils seem to work. Old ones, anyway. New coils, newer coils, yeah. Certain brands, electronic ignition coils, they can be problematic. All right, so we've got that on. Now the next thing is yeah, I think we do have to put this bad boy in there just so I can get. So this is the timing key, and you technically do not need this in here, but it makes your life a lot easier by having it there, because then you don't have to figure out the ignition timing. There's a slot in there; it lines right up. You know, just use what you got here. And I'm gonna try and put this on here. It fit on, that's wonderful. I'm gonna put this nut back on here. And yeah, I'm gonna have to address this. I don't actually have a spark plug boot, or do I? Where is that? Oh, I do. I do actually have it. So I've got this, the old coil. They're such a simple system, eh? Just gonna use any spark plug I got here. I know this one works. Put that back down into there and put it just on the engine casing. And hopefully, we're gonna see some spark. All right, there's that. And then I'm not gonna bother putting the whole recoil and everything back on. I'm just gonna use my drill bit and my drill. And I probably have to make sure that the switch is in the on position. But this is kind of this is the pain in the ass about this, is that I'm gonna have to get this thing so that it'll tighten the nut enough What size is this? This is 5/8. I have. I'm gonna have to. What am I gonna have to do here? What size is this on this side? To get this to tighten, I'm gonna have to hold the bigger than that. So like 9/16 or something, 3/4. Oh, what are you? I don't know. Oh, it's 3/4. Okay. So I want to tighten this enough that I'll be able to use the drill to turn the engine. And the spark plug's out, so it won't have much compression. So I'm hoping that, a little snugness should do the trick. Now, if I'm lucky, I'm going to see spark. Are we going to see spark? Maybe I'll adjust this up. Can you see it? I wonder. All right. So first of all, I'm going to check it out, and then I'll let you see it. So I'm going to turn the engine counterclockwise, and you always know this because the engine turns towards the bar if you ever get kind of lost in this. And just because the saw hasn't really, I'm going to put a little shot of WD-40 down in there just so I'm not turning this engine dry. Okay, do we have spark? don't see any spark. Do we have spark? I don't see any spark here. It's usually very obvious to see. So that condenser is probably bad. That's probably what's going on here. It's probably a bad condenser. Oh no, it is. Come on, you. It does work. I want to show you guys this. Hitting the fucking switch. I want to show you this. Sometimes maybe this takes a while for it to build a charge up in the coil. But can you see that? Where is the spark plug? Is it right there? Can you see it? I wonder if I just turn off the lights here. Ooh, that might be a good effect, huh? How's that? Can you see it? Might be doing overkill here now. Anyway. The switch up out of the way. And then see if this is a better angle. I don't know if it is. Good Lord. Are we good? That's it. We just restored spark on, you know, a 1950s chainsaw. So isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing that you can, you know, that you can do that? That you can take, you know, this old engine that's literally been sitting for probably, I don't know, as old as I am, you know, 40, 50 years, and just get it going again. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a fun little hobby. Anyway, so there you go. That's how you clean and restore a set of points. Take a set of points that wasn't working. All I did was drag a set of sandpaper through it, a little bit of paper, put it back together, and that's it. She's good to go. Anyway, hope that you found this, you know, entertaining and possibly, you know, educational. Thanks for checking out my video. Bye.